So let's take a look at functionalism and their views of religion. So just to remind ourselves about functionalism as a theory, it's macro, it's structural, it's consensus, and it's a modern perspective. Their view of religion generally is they use the functional definition, which looks at what religion does for the individual and society. They focus on the idea that religion is interested in meeting and providing functional prerequisites, almost like the pre-requirements for a functional society, and religion ticks all the boxes and provides all the things needed to survive. They also talk a lot about the organic analogy and how religion would be one of the institutions that keeps the whole system going. Now, the four key thinkers we have: first of all, we have Durkheim, who talks about how religion provided a collective consciousness. This is a combination of shared norms, value consensus, cooperation, integration, unity. It's an umbrella term for all the things that religion provides. Again, religion acts as that functional prerequisite, so it provides all the necessary features of a society in one package. Durkheim also talks about how society is divided into the sacred and the profane, so the spiritual and religious significant objects and the everyday objects. Particularly, he looked at Australian Aboriginal groups and the use of totemism, of totem poles, and the symbols that they provided and represented a plant, an animal, or that group, and their beliefs. His theory is useful for understanding functional religion in a small-scale society, but probably doesn't apply today when we look at larger, more pluralistic religious societies. Next, we have Malinowski. Malinowski is a psychologist and an anthropologist, not a functionalist or a sociologist, but still raises some relevant research. Now, he studied the Trinidad Islands and he looked at the use of religion as a source of security. This came in two ways. First, it helps us to deal with life crisis. So during significant life events, stages and changes like birth, marriage and death, religion was used as a form of helping people to cope with the uncertainty raised by the change in event, and helps people to maintain their role in society and to overcome the change. It also acted as a coping mechanism in situations with uncertainty and high risk. So when the islanders would go fishing out to sea, they would use rituals and artifacts to provide a level of comfort, reassurance, and a sense of protection during these significant events. And that was really what Malinowski's argument was about. And then his theory is quite useful because it looks at how, we still have funeral rituals, we still have marriages, baptisms. These events still occur today. But with secularization taking place, a lot of these events are not the religious event, more of a sort of social convention. Now, Parsons, as always, is here to say, and he has an argument that he agrees with Malinowski. He talks about how religion is used to cope with a crisis, and it's a mechanism of adjustment, as his term calls it. So therefore, religion still has a need in society. It still fulfills a purpose. Now, he used the term mechanism of adjustment. So again, religion provides people with stability in times of uncertainty. Very, very similar to what Malinowski had to say. Now, his theory, like Malinowski's, is good. It helps. We can see some examples of it with a few funeral rituals and marriages. But ultimately, in a religious, pluralistic society, does religion still provide those core values and that source of support? Do people still use religion during times of crisis or during a natural disaster, during poverty? And then last but not least, we have Bella. Bella is the most contemporary thinker we have. He's what we call a neo-functionalist, even though he's writing in 1967. Now, Bella was interested in how religion can provide solidarity, unity, and particularly he wanted to know how this happened in a multi-faith society. And what he discovered was that actually above religion there was civil religion, and there were this kind of extra layer that provided unity, integration, encouragement, support, and in a multi-faith society people can still be united. So particularly he looked at Americanism and the idea of being an American. And this was a form of authentic religion, civil religion, and it acted in a similar way. It provided core values, sense of support, integration, unity, rituals, and people would worship the notion of being an American. And we see this in celebrations like the 4th of July, the Pledge of Allegiance. So this is a powerful concept. It does recognise secularization, which is a good thing, and find other sources of solidarity, but does ignore the vast inequalities in society, particularly in America today.